I'm going to show you how to tape up your arch with some Kinesio tape. So to start off with, I have 2 pieces of pre-cut Kinesio tape. You don't need pre-cut, but I have 2 separate colors because I want you to see where I put them. I've gone ahead and drawn on my foot my different landmarks. So this green mark right here, this is my heel. This is the ball of my foot right here as well. And I want you guys to be able to see that so you know where I'm going to go. I have 2 small X's back here. And what I'm going to do and make sure that I'm going to use those as my anchor piece points. And then you see the brown lines with the arrows. That's where I'm going to pull and wrap the tape around to the opposite side of the foot. Now on the opposite side of the foot, I have a line here where I pretty much want the tape to stop. And these are my arrow marks to the tape. It's really important that we don't tourniquet the foot off with the tape because as we step down, our foot will expand. And especially if we're being active throughout the day, our foot swells just a little bit and we don't want to create a tourniquet with the tape around our foot. So I'm going to start off with my pre-cut piece. You don't have to have pre-cut. We're going to measure. So we're going to start here where I have my axis, and then I'm going to come around and I'm going to see where that line stops over here. Now, if I'm pulling, that's the length. Now, if I'm pulling this at 100% or 80% of what I want to do with my tension, I can't go that far. It will create a tourniquet. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to go, I'm just going to guess I'm a little past half. So I'm going here, cutting it in, or breaking it in half. Then I'm going to go a little past that. So I'm a little less than 3/4 is where I'm going to make my biggest crease right here. Now with that, I'm going to tear at the crease. So I know where my landmark is. And then I'm going to cut right in that region. Now, if we have sharp edges, we need to round those because they're easier to come off on a sharp edge. There we go. And now I've got to create my anchor. I've got my perfect piece here. Now I need to make my anchor. So my anchor piece is going to go with the X's. And all I'm going to do is just kind of break the paper back here on the piece, peel that broken piece off. Now I've got a little piece here called my anchor. I'm going to take that anchor and I'm going to put it right around where that first X is. I'm going to rub it real good so that I get some friction on that and it creates a little bit of heat so that adhesive sticks. Then I'm going to take this piece of tape, pull the paper off the back side, fold it, so that I can go ahead and make sure I'm not touching the tape. I'm holding my anchor. I'm going to pull up probably about 80% of a full stretch here, maybe closer to 90. And then I'm just going to wrap it around with that stretch. Now this last little bit here, you can even tell I didn't pull. I don't need all that pull right through there. The main pull that I need is from here to here. So now I'm just going to lay this piece down. Again, when you're laying the tape down, make sure you have no crevices, no creases or anything like that because that will create a blister. Now I've got some pretty good pull on there, but now when I step and my body weight goes through there, it's not going to be as supportive. So what I'm going to do is add my second piece. I'm going to do the same process here where I kind of measure a little bit. And I knew from the first one that I was a little bit more than half. So I'm going to kind of go my little bit more than half piece here. And then you can cut before you break, or you can break and then cut, however you want to do it. We just need to make sure those edges are rounded. And then again, I'm going to make my anchor piece. Now with this placement, you need to make sure that some part of this is on the skin. The most of the tape is going to overlap the black tape that I have on here, but you do need a little piece of it to actually go on your skin, a little sliver. 1/4 or less than 1/4 of the edge needs to be on the skin for it to stay. So I'm going to turn my foot to the side again and look and go, oh, I have a little bit of room left I can use here. So I'm going to overlap my black piece here and have just a little bit of tape left. You can kind of see from here where I overlap. A little bit of tape over here on my skin. Most of it is on that black tape, and that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull this paper off almost all the way so I have a piece to hold. Lock my anchor down with my other hand, pull up at about 80 to 90%. And then all I'm going to do is pull it up and over just like I did that last piece, except for that very end. Now I'm just going to lay it down. Now we want to make sure that we still have skin between the 2 pieces of tape. Remember, our foot expands as we put weight through it. And now I can feel I have some decent support. To make sure that this tape stays on, you want to make sure you put your shoe and your sock on next, because that'll help keep the tape in place. If you were to go walking, it could start to peel and pull up because we do have a lot of pressure, a lot of stretch on the tape, so it could peel and pull off. So do make sure before you get up, if you're using this tape, to go ahead and put your sock on and then your shoe on. If you don't feel like it's strong enough, you can take the second piece off and then do another second piece and just pull it a little bit tighter. Or if you feel like it's too tight, that second piece can come off again, and then you can just redo the second piece with maybe not as much tension on it.